Got a question to ask, just raise your hand. We've got Dan with a mic on the left and we've got Abby with a mic on the right hand side.
David, buongiorno. Are you preparing for the biggest game of your managerial career in 1100 games?
I've had a lot of big games, so it's another big one, and really looking forward to it.
Can I just ask, David, what do you make of the Fiorentina coach admitting that he'd be looking to resort to tactical fouls to stop West Ham on the break on Wednesday night? It's not a new tactic, but it's a big admission to make on the eve of a final.
I've got no real opinion on it. That would be down to the referees to sort that out, and not for us to have a huge opinion on it. We'll try and play a fair game, and hopefully, that's always, from my point of view, the best way to do it.
David, good morning.
Morning.
You stand to do something incredible for West Ham United and the club, and I know it's not a personal thing, but from a Scottish point of view, you have an opportunity to join some incredible names: Steen, Shankly, Busby, these guys.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be mentioned in the same breath? What do these guys mean to you in terms of what they've done in the game, and what would it be like to join that list?
Yeah. Well, it'd be hugely important for myself personally, because my home's in Scotland. That's where I was brought up, and I think the names you mentioned were names which were round Europe at a different era, when Scotland had a host of top managers and managers competing in the best leagues and competing for European competitions. So I've been told about it. Obviously, I think Sir Alex was the last one to win as a Scottish manager, but not only that, but as a British manager as well. So it would be a big thrill for me if I could get my name alongside theirs. But obviously, many of them are greats in football, and not just at their own club, but throughout the world. Their names are known wherever people go.
Nick?
David, when you look back at your two spells at West Ham and you kind of assess the journey that you've been on with the club, how do you reflect on the astonishing changes from when you were first at the club and when you came back to where you are now?
I'm not sure if you'd have told MD that in the period we'd have finished 6th and 7th in the Premier League. We'd have got to a semi-final of a European competition, and then the year after you'd have got to a final of a European competition. I think if you'd said that to people before I came in, I think they'd have said, no, that's not true. So in a way, I think there's a lot of really good things going on. I think we've given lots of the West Ham supporters, West Ham club, lots of really good times, and long may it continue. We want to try and keep it going. We want to grow it. We want to keep these sort of moments happening. And I think to be in a cup final is special, certainly for West Ham, who it's been a while since we've been there.
Jacob?
There's been some noise this week about Mikel Antonio's comments about Gianluca Scamacca. He said he's a quality player, but he wasn't sure if he's suited to playing your style of football. Have you needed to address those comments with either of the players, and do you see it as unhelpful in the lead up to a final for it to be discussed?
I think that I've got no issues with Gianluca. Gianluca's a terrific player, really good footballer, someone who we really like, but unfortunately he's been hit with injuries for periods of this season. Mickey has his own opinions, but we're not getting into that.
David, hi. It's been a tough season for you domestically, and it's probably led to a difficult relationship sometimes between you and the fans. I just wonder what your message is to the fans ahead of Wednesday, and especially to those thousands who unfortunately won't be able to be in the ground because so few supporters are able to get tickets.
Well, I think that I agree with lots of that what you said, but I think in the main the supporters have been unbelievable here, been really supportive of me and the team. And I think, as I said before, we've had two very good years, 6th and 7th in the Premier League, now a semi-final and now a final of a competition. So you'd have to go a long way back in West Ham's history to see where that's been sort of matched. So I feel sorry that we can't have more people in the stadium. I think I watched Fiorentina into Milan last week, Fiorentina had an incredible support, and I think we would have had an incredible support. So I hope in the future that maybe the stadiums could be bigger to host it, but I understand that, you know, for different reasons, maybe we're in a slightly smaller stadium. But I have to say that it shows you how serious all the teams in the Conference League are taking this competition. And you know, the support what we would have had, what Fiorentina would have had, I'm sure could have been much greater if it had been a bigger stadium. So I hope that the supporters get a nice bar and a place where they can sit and watch the game and hopefully enjoy.
David, once again, you're being linked with the Celtic manager's job. Does your experience allow you to blank that kind of thing out?
I've never even considered it. I'm West Ham manager and I'm really enjoying my period here, and the club have been so good to me, and we've enjoyed the journey we're on here. I'm hopefully trying to continue growing a really good football club, and I've not really taken any consideration, but through my years I've been linked with lots of jobs at different times in my career, but I've got to say I'm really happy at the moment and settled where I am.
Hi David.
Hi, Phil.
It's been a while since your last major final. When you look back, how did you prepare for that mentally? How did you get ready? How did you get the squad ready? And have you tried anything new and fresh this time around?
Well, you're right when you say it's a long time since a final, but it's in football, you know, there's more managers who don't get to finals than there is who do. So getting to them, you should appreciate and respect every one you get. Everyone will be different. You know, say for example, a British final could be different preparation to a European final. So this is the first time we've done a European final, and it feels special. It feels a really big occasion. It feels like it's something which we want to, you know, make sure that we've covered everything and hopefully go into the game in the best condition we possibly can be. So I don't think we're necessarily doing anything different or anything more than we've done before, because this is near enough the first one we've done. But I do feel that our experience in the semi-final last year, I hope, will give us a little bit of indication of what to expect. And overall, I think the players are in a really good place. I think the players are getting ready, but mentally I see them in a good place, and I hope that proves to be the case.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks for your help. Thank you. Thank you. See you later. See you later. Cheers. Cheers.